stars are not on TV or in the newspapers all the time. But this guy is a star in Southern California. He's playing all the great clubs everywhere and knocking people out with his incredible voice. And that's what I want to talk to you about today, Tino, your voice and how you developed it.
Well, to be honest, I wish I knew. It was, my father was, he's retired, but for many years, since he was a teenager, he's always loved music and he's loved to sing. And when he came to this country back in the late 60s, he continued singing and he developed a following. Very, very famous. He's retired now, but he had a huge following, and he always wanted me to be a singer, to carry on and carry the torch, but I was always too shy. I mean, you have no idea. Painfully shy is an understatement. We just did a show last week, and I had some people from high school that we went to school with, and they just couldn't believe, you were the shy guy. What happened to you? And I don't know.
Well, knowing you as I do, the shyness is not something I would attach to you.
Painful. I never said more than 2 words to anybody. Scared to talk to anybody. But my dad wanted me to be a singer. And secretly on the inside, I always wanted to be a singer. But I knew that it was never going to happen because I just was too shy. So I was an accordion player. I started playing accordion at 7. Right. Being Italian, you have no choice.
Right.
You have to play accordion.
Right.
So for almost 30 years, from the age of 7 on, I was playing accordion in my dad's Italian band. I mean, we did everything. TVs, movies, Vegas every year.
Right.
But I didn't sing a note. I just in the background, quiet little kid playing accordion, and that was it. Long story short, one day I actually sang in public. It wasn't my idea. My friends got together and they wanted to go to a karaoke bar.
All right.
I didn't know what they were. I mean, I've heard about them, and he says, "Oh no, they're popular, kind of a thing. It's really nice and fun." So we're there, having some beers, and all of a sudden the DJ calls my name, and I turn red. I instantly turned red. I said, I didn't put my name down. And my buddy starts laughing because he's the one who put my name down.
Right.
Anyway, I went up to the DJ and I explained to him, there's no way I'm not singing that. And he goes, no, don't worry, because we have people doing this all the time. I said, no, you don't understand. I have a phobia. I am not going to sing tonight. He goes, no, don't worry. It's very simple. Just look through the book and see if there's anything you recognize. No big deal. Just sing it. So I found what I thought was the easiest song that I could do, that I recognized and I've always loved. I sang it. Okay.
What was it? Come on, tell me.
And well, to this day, it's become very, very special to me because that was that I can trace my whole singing career back to that one night, and that one song started it all. Elvis, Can't Help Falling in Love.
All right.
And okay, I did it. Went back to the table, shook my fist at my buddy. He starts laughing. We had a good laugh. At the end of the night, I didn't know, but they were having a contest. So now the DJ calls everybody back on stage that had sung that evening, and we're all lined up. And he does the usual, putting the hand in front of on top of the hand, and people respond. It was a full house.
Yeah. And
I won first place.
Wow.
$75, and that was it. That was when I realized that I like to sing.
Now, come on. I need to know. Obviously, you say you were shy about singing in front of people, but were you singing in your bedroom? Were you? I mean, all through those 37 years.
No, I never liked the sound of my voice.
No, but I mean, you must have. I mean, if you picked a song, now that's not an easy song to pick from a list of songs. That was quite a big song.
No.
And I know your voice is a big voice. You never sang at all?
Oh no, that was the first time I sang that song.
But it's the first time you ever sang any music.
I mean, back in my early 20s, I got together with some high school friends.
Yeah.
No big deal. We just put together a little garage band.
Yeah.
And just started doing some music.
Yeah.
Whatever popular music.
But I mean, you're
rock.
a keyboard player. You must have, just when you're working out songs, sing along with yourself.
I was singing backup with my sister. Used to be one of the singers in the band, and we tried it out. And then I started singing a little more, but it was just for fun. There was nothing. I wouldn't consider it any kind of a career building singing.
Well, this is just one thing, viewers, that I find fascinating about Tino. Another thing I find fascinating is you told me that you didn't have any lessons at all or practice routine that you went through.
Well, that's almost true. When I was 7, for about 14 months, I had accordion lessons. And that was the extent of my formal training at all. Yeah. Everything, even accordion. I mean, I'm pretty damn good. It was really good. I'm still pretty good.
I would love to hear you play.
And I think I'm actually going to introduce a part of that into the show later on.
Please do, yeah.
And that was it. So people, now they're getting to know me as a singer. And hopefully they like what they hear. But it all started with the accordion.
Right, of course.
And so it would be nice to go back to my roots. Even if I just play, it's all in my mind. It's all in here. I'm going to somehow work it into the act where somebody comes up and brings an accordion on stage, and I'm going to be playing one song and just blow their brains out.
Yeah.
And
well, what's also interesting is that this shy guy here puts on an amazing show. I mean, you're obviously interested in giving the audience a good time. Now, that's not the mark of a shy guy.
Well, it's hilarious, and it's just funny to think of how it all came. Everything that I'm doing in the show, everything has been in here for decades. Literally has been in here for decades, and now it's coming out, and I am beyond grateful and beyond surprised,
yes,
and happy that it's really catching on and people are really enjoying it, because I can see the audience, and I see the agents' reviews and the owners of the venues and the clubs. They're just like their mouths are on the floor.
You also have Stagecraft. I mean, where you would get that from not doing it to suddenly having the ability to do all the things that professional singers do, and communicating with the audience, looking at them, move the way you move. It's all confident and fun to watch. So that's the thing that I find is just fascinating, that you never did it and then bang from zero to hero.
Never did it physically, but for years it was all in here. I did it over and over and over. I knew exactly what I wanted to do. Now it's just happening in real life.
Well, the next thing I want people to hear is your mind-blowingly powerful voice. But what I want you to just talk about a little bit is how you could develop that without working up to it. In other words, you went from not singing to having this enormous, gigantic, gargantuan voice. What it allows you, do you think, to produce that huge sound with tremendous volume? How do you do it physically?
I'm very grateful, and I've known for years that I've always had a good ear. I can pick up things very quickly. You ask me to read something, and no. But if I see somebody doing it, if I hear something, I will latch onto it and do it right away. So for years, I was a kid, so I liked my rock and roll like everybody else. But
Yeah.
I've always appreciated, understood, and admired classic singers. I mean, your Elvises, your Engelbert Humperdinck's, your Tom Jones, of course,
Sure.
Sinatra's.
Yeah.
I watched them over and over and just watch how they do that, even though I never did it myself.
Right.
But I learned that I just ingested all this.
Yes.
And over the years, it's just in here. It's in here. And I don't know how it happened. I don't know why it happened. But I'm very thankful. Very thankful.
Well, I'm glad it happened too. And now we're going to get a chance to hear the voice. So give us a moment to just set up for this, and we'll do it.
So this song officially made Tom Jones not just a pop star worldwide, but this was his introduction into the countryside.
Yes.
And it was a smash hit, released in 1966, reached #1, and to this day is still considered a country classic. sing as I step down from the train, and there to meet me is my mama and papa. Down the road I look, and there runs Mary, hair of gold and lips like cherries. It's good to touch the green, green grass of home. Yes, they'll all come to see me, arms reaching, smiling sweetly. It's good to touch the green, green grass of home. The old house is still standing, though the paint is cracked and dry. And there's that old oak tree that I used to play on. Down the lane I walk with my sweet Mary, hair of gold and lips like cherries. It's good to touch the green, green grass of home. And then I awake and look around me at four gray walls that surround me, and I realize, yes, I was only dreaming. For you see, there's a guard and there's a sad old padre. Arm in arm we'll walk at daybreak. Again, I'll touch the green, green grass of home. Yes, they'll all come to see me, hear the shade of that old oak tree as they lay me 'neath the green, green grass of home.
That's Tino Macchia, guys. Enjoy.
Thank you.
See you soon.
Radio Richard!